ours to elect. Vocalize oppression to effect. Voicing out truths empathetically. Volunteering our time energetically. Voiding offensive tyrannical enemies. Vitalizing opposition to equity. Visualizing overthrowing the elected. Vaccinating order through epidemics. It all starts with community.
All right, welcome everyone to our Election Day 2020 live stream with the Chester County Democratic Committee. I'm your friendly neighborhood Kyle Hudson, and I am super excited to introduce our next guest. Nydea Graves is a newly elected city councilor at large in the city of Coatesville. And Nydea and I connected earlier in the year, and recently we worked on a podcast called Democratic Voices, which released our last episode yesterday. So, Nydea, how are you doing on this wonderful election day?
Hi, so my name's Nydea. I'm a city councilor in Coatesville, and I'm with Pennsylvania Stands Up. I'm doing great on this election day because so much has changed over the last 4 years around what it to be a Pennsylvanian on election day. And so I think I'm feeling pretty enthusiastic.
Yeah, that was something I was talking about with our previous guest about how I woke up this morning with a bunch of anxiety, and now just talking with everybody and seeing the energy out there, I'm feeling a lot better, and it's just great to see so many people engaged. I mean, have you seen that a lot? I mean, have you seen a larger turnout than normal of young people?
Yes, not of young people, but most of the elder communities are in my specific ward that I vote in here in Coatesville. And so I haven't seen a ton of young people out today, but also the precinct that I live in is the one that has three elder communities.
But you're seeing a lot of first time voters out there.
A fair amount, like maybe just I talked to two people who were first time voters who were two people who were first time voters, and they weren't young people though, but that's good.
Yeah, I love it when I get to meet a first-time voter. This is the first time I'm not working the polls in a really long time, and I just love the energy that comes with someone who's casting their first vote, and is like, I don't know. I just think, as someone who's a total political nerd, like I think that it's just so cool when someone is like, yeah, I'm gonna vote. Real quick, I know have been working with a ton of candidates. We had Danielle Frilaten on earlier today.
Yes, yep, and she is endorsed by Pennsylvania Stands Up and Chester County Stands Up. We are hoping to defend her seat and secure her win. That is our main focus besides presidential out here in Chester County.
Now, on our show, we talk a lot about engaging and getting involved, and love the buttons. That is a great look. Now, to now, if and I've asked this to several of the other guests that we've had today. If someone's out there and today maybe they aren't casting their first vote, or maybe they don't. It's not their first vote, but they don't vote in every election. But they're like finally seeing why this stuff is so important, why people like you and me dedicate so much of our lives to this, and now they're like, okay, I want to take the next step. How do they get involved, or what is like the easiest job that you could probably do in politics? Like, what's the lowest bar that you can say, I'm doing something one step above voting?
So okay, here's my here's my philosophy and the philosophy of Pennsylvania Stands Up. We are out here today actually talking to voters as they come out of the polls and asking them what compelled you to come out and vote today. Why did you feel like you needed to vote? And people have been having conversations with us, and we've been collecting contact information for voters because we want voters to change from being voters to being advocates for the issues that they're fighting for. We both know that no matter how this election goes, there's a lot of work to be done in America, and that is groundwork. So I would say that I want people to get involved in right, not at the easiest level or the easiest thing they can possibly do. I want to give people the autonomy to have leadership roles, because that's how we become more powerful, is more powerful leaders. It's not about giving people tasks to do. It's about inspiring their leadership so they can figure out what kind of tasks they want to do in the struggle for to build a Pennsylvania that works for all of us. And so that is why I'm out here today, encouraging people to, go ahead and do the blue ticket up and down, but also I want people to understand that they can shape what Pennsylvania looks like over the next 4 years, and be able to offer them the kind of support to do so.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we talked about a lot on our show was the electoral politics versus what is it, issue politics, and and,
Yeah.
and the Westchester Demo. If you want to get involved, let's say you've been organizing with a group for a certain cause, right? And that's important. We need that work. That's the issue politics side. But in order to get those laws passed, you're going to have to something's going on with your video.
Yes, I believe Russ Pfeiffer has joined our stream.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. All right, Russ. Just mute Russ. I'll be with you in just a second. All right.
All right.
Um, but what was I saying? I was totally lost. Now your video's going all wonky. It's all over the live stream.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's my video anymore. I think it's Russ's video.
But I was just saying that if you're involved and you have an issue that you care about, organizing around that issue is super important. But also getting in on the electoral side, making sure that we get people in office who care about the things that we care about is so important. So, Nydea, people like you on the front lines are the reason why we can do the things that we can do and why we have a lot of the things that we have. And I want to say thank you for all your work. And if you is there anything before we go, because whatever Russ is doing is messing with the screen, so I got to figure that out. But before we go, what is your message to voters out there? In closing, this is the end of the election. We've all worked so hard. What would you like to say to everyone out there that's been part of it?
Yeah, I want to say, it's really important for us to stay focused, even through all of the tumultuous things that have happened this election season. That we are trying to build a Pennsylvania for all of us, right? Even so, as we're building a vision for Pennsylvania, we need to keep in mind that we are even fighting for the people who are voting against us today. We are fighting for a Pennsylvania that just works, and that no one feels upset, no one feels oppressed. Everyone has access to opportunity. And so, as we're fighting, as we're building, please go to neighborhoods you normally wouldn't go to, advocate to people you normally wouldn't talk to. My plan after this election is to talk to coworkers about banning fracking, right? Telling coworkers you are stuck in an industry that is going to become obsolete soon, and the people who have you working and using your labor are profiting off of that, and they are not going to train you for a new green job. And if we stand together, me, an environmentalist, and you, a coworker, and advocate that you are prioritized first for these new green jobs and that the planet is prioritized by taking them on, we can win that together. And so I'm really, I think that the last message to voters are, this has been a long, hard journey. And whatever happens tonight, you guys are going to be okay, because we as Pennsylvanians are expanding not only our electorate, we are expanding grace, and we are expanding trauma-informed practice, and we are expanding our vision across all of us. And that is truly a cause worth fighting for. So I think that's what I'll leave you with. And you can go ahead and chit chat with Russ. You know, have, see you on the other side. 270.